Hello guys, a very warm welcome. It's Chuma here, back with another video. For today, I wanted to just be able to give you guys like a highlight of my December trip. I went over to Zambia, had some stuff to sort out, and also go for my nephew's wedding. It was the second time that I was going in 2018, and just about got this video together to be able to share with you guys, because anybody who's following me on my Instagram already knows what I was up to. I was literally like adding to my stories all the way through, but I just wanted to do like a highlights video just because I didn't vlog as much, guys, as much as I wanted to. Every time that I thought about bringing like the camera stick and this and that, like things just moved so quickly this trip. I was so upset I had to come back so early, so I was there for only about 12 days, and I know a lot of people would be like, Chuma, you're going all the way to Africa and you're only there for 12 days, why don't you stay like at least 3 weeks, at least a month? And I'm like, listen, annual leave was chewed up in 2018, so I had to do what I had to do with what I had, and it was either that or not going at all, and I needed to make that wedding, and I had things to sort out. Stick around if you want to be able to see what I got up to in Lusaka, Zambia. Okay, so I'll start right at the beginning, guys. There are ways that you can get bargain flights to Zambia. For my trip, and this is in December, my ticket was under £500, and that is not known for. Like, if you're going anywhere in Africa in December, it's going to cost you at least 600 to a grand just to fly. So I was actually lucky enough to not fly Ethiopian this time around, guys. That is the first thing I want to start off with. I was blessed enough not to fly with Ethiopian Airways this time. I actually found that there weren't any ET flights. ET, by the way, is Ethiopian Airways. There weren't any ET flights going out when I was looking. The only one that I could find was Rwanda, and a combination of airlines. So there wasn't one like direct airline that I was going to be flying with, and that's the ticket that I booked. So going for the first leg, which was flying from London Heathrow to Paris, and then Paris to Johannesburg, South Africa, was with Air France. And I must say, the first leg of the trip was absolutely like spot on. Like, Air France will spoil you. Like, I felt important, and I was only in economy, and like for an airline, if you're flying to Africa and you have paid budget, like I was expecting to be on an Airbus, to be honest with you. Like, that's pretty much what I was expecting. But flying with Air France was just an amazing experience. Like, the little stopover in Paris, I've never been to Paris before. Even the airport was all you know. I even had time to go into the little Rolex store. I can't afford no Rolex, but I felt like I was that person. I felt like, yeah, I was that person. I'm that person, yeah. I'm that person that flew Air France in economy, but I feel all, you know, what's ghetto bougie? Gougie? I felt gougie, yeah. Gougie, guys. I really did, because ooh, they spoil me absolutely. Like, even the little sandwich that I had on the flight from London Heathrow to Paris was just the bombs. Didn't even have meat in it. It was just nice. It was nice. Now, I want to be able to say that my journey was like smooth sailing, and I got there and everything was hanky-dory, but it wasn't. So this trip was not without its little like hurdles along the way. So initially, when I checked in at London, it took a little bit longer to check in. They were just saying not to worry about it, something or rather. I was like, okay, they needed to call into South Africa. Then I was like, do I need like a transit visa or something? I was only going to be in South Africa for like a couple of hours, but then I started thinking, like, do I need a transit visa or anything like that? So then I started googling it while I'm waiting, and I was waiting for like at least half an hour, but luckily, like, I had plenty of time. I just made sure I had plenty of time. Like, that same day I had work, but I had work really early. I left work early, had all of my stuff at the Misters, and then went straight to Heathrow in an Uber. So I was so early. I was super early, especially because I was traveling on my own. Like, he wasn't going to be with me to sort out any baggage or anything like that. If anybody going to Africa, you know that you need a second in it. You need a person that's not traveling with you, just in case you're over and they need to take back some stuff. You just know. So I didn't want any of that drama when I got there or anything. There was some kind of glitch. Well, I thought it was a glitch. Anyway, got through check-in, you know, boarded and all that kind of stuff. Landed in Paris now, had about an hour's wait there in transit. The flight was a little bit delayed, but then I've already got my boarding boarding pass, mind you, about to like go through the gate, and then they scan my boarding pass, and then like it's just saying no, it's not happening, it's not happening. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Again, there they said that, oh, you know, something. They're on the phone. Obviously, like, I'm in France, so they're speaking French and I've got no clue. All I hear is in Zambi. That's all I'm hearing. I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's all I want to do. It's just, I'm going to Lusaka Zambia, innit? That's where I'm going. Can you please take me there? So again, they had to call into South Africa for clearance, and I'm just like, at this point, what is going on? I was literally one of the last people to board. So again, like, things that you do when you're traveling, innit? Like, who's standing up in a queue when you know, like, you're standing in a queue until everybody gets on the plane? You might as well just be one of the last. Obviously, me being the last this time caused further delay to this flight because they had to do what they had to do to get me on it. But like, Air France customer service was impeccable. Like, it kept me updated the whole way through. I'm just waiting around. They're like, they need to call in South Africa to get clearance. It's an immigration issue. And I was just like, this whole time I'm like, what's going on? But again, I'm not asking questions. All I want to know is if I can get on the flight. But they're like, oh, we're not leaving without you, all of that kind of stuff. Get on the flight, have an amazing flight, the food is bomb, like, I sleep nicely, you know, like, I do what I need to do. I was probably even editing, yeah, I was editing my 7-year natural hair journey video. Land now, and by then we're delayed. Right, we're delayed. So my transit flight in South Africa connecting with South African Airways, I'm likely to miss by this point. So I get off the flight, and then the Air France personnel, like, they have like a sign for me to get me through. So while I'm going through, there's an immigration checkpoint to get me through from the plane or the gate that I just landed in to get me through to the next point, to the plane and the gate that I need to get to. This is when I get the full story. And I'm just like, okay, at immigration, they just tell me that basically they think that I'm somebody else based on my name and based on my date of birth. But this person had overstayed in South Africa, so I was V-listed, guys. V-listed. Me! I cannot go to South Africa now. I cannot go to South Africa without that being flagged up. So that's something I need to sort out, because like, Cape Town needs to see me in my lifetime. Like this can't run. This can't run. Anyway, back and forth, back and forth. They clear me, but by the time they've cleared me, no, I get to the South Africa Airways check-in desk. You know Africans now. The guy from Air France is even explaining or speaking up for me, like, oh, can we still get her on the flight? This is what's happened, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the gate is closed. I said, okay, but like, I need to be on that flight. Gate is closed. I've missed that flight now. When is the next flight? 19 hours. I said, what? So for anybody who doesn't know, most of Africa work on a 24-hour clock. So especially for us in Southern Africa, we work on a 24-hour clock and not a 12-hour clock. So by this point, it's like 13 hours. It's like 1 p.m. You're telling me now the next flight that I can connect with South African Airways isn't until 7 p.m. in the evening. What am I doing? What am I doing in the airport for that long? And by then, like, I'm tired, innit? Like, it's just been a long flight, because mind you, with the Air France flight, I've flown from Paris over my country into Johannesburg for me to go to from Johannesburg into Lusaka, Zambia. Like, I don't have time. There's nothing I can do about it. Now it's Air France's problem, because obviously the flight was delayed and I didn't make the connecting flight on time. So this poor guy who's now been lumbered with me through my immigration issue, I can't even remember his name, but bless him, he was just such a doll. Like, he did the most. So he's running around here. Now, I don't know what has happened to Air France customer service between London, between Paris, and when I land in South Africa. Because in Johannesburg, Air France people did not want to work. I don't know what time their shift started. Maybe they didn't have, you know, their shifts together because they thought there weren't any flights coming in or whatever it was. The check-in desk, nobody was there. The help desk information point, nobody was there. In the offices, no, this guy was literally running around trying to find somebody from Air France to sort me out with the connecting flight with SA at 19 hours. So bless him, like after about an hour, he gets that sorted out. Now I'm having to like wait around basically. And luckily, like, they gave me a voucher for food, because that was going to be another thing. Like, if I'm spending my own coin and I'm stuck here, like, what am I doing? So they sorted me out with food, it's fine. Next next thing I have to deal with now is luggage. Because if we know the reputation, even Trevor Noah said it in his book, yeah, if you've read his book, you know the reputation of the airport, you know the reputation in luggage, you know. Me not wanting to stereotype now, I just had to make sure that my luggage was secured. So that was another thing that I had to try and sort out, was like making sure that my luggage was going to come with me. Long story short, everything goes okay. Get on the 19 hours flight, and then the flight from Johannesburg to Lusaka, Zambia is like another 2 hours. So I don't land until like 21 hours or 21:30, something ridiculous like that. Anyway, at this point I've spent a whole 24 hours traveling, guys, because remember, my flight was the Friday. My flight was at 9 p.m. from London Heathrow. I have now landed in Lusaka, Zambia at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday. I have traveled for a whole 24 hours. So as much as like the bargain hunting and the connecting flight, like if you don't mind that, then it's cool. But sometimes it can be really, really exhausting. Like especially if you don't have a long time in a particular place, like that whole ordeal of having to travel for that length of time, it's literally not the best at all. But listen, if you're trying to save coin, you make it do what it do. And I didn't mind at all, as long as I landed there, as long as my luggage came with me, which thank goodness it did. I didn't have no issues with customs, nothing. I was home, I was grateful. My brother and the family were waiting for me, so it was just nice. Like the first thing I did was just settle in, and then I just went straight to bed. Went straight to bed, got up the next day, went to church. My brother and his family go to Miracle of Life in Roma Park in Lusaka. So anybody who goes to Miracle of Life, shout out to you. And then we just had lunch at Three Trees, which is a good spot. It's a really, really nice spot. They have really, really nice food there. And then in the afternoon, I went over to our family farm. So you guys have been with me on this journey if you follow me on Instagram, so you know what we got up to. It's mango season, so I got me a whole heap of mangoes, thoroughly enjoyable, and I definitely packed loads with me on the way back. And then after that, it was time for a bit of relaxation. It's a bit of time to get ready for my meetup. I did like an impromptu meetup, which was awesome because obviously like December was my birthday month, so I just wanted to do that, you know. I had a whole bunch of like giveaways that I had, so it was just so much fun. Like I will have a video highlights of my meetup in Lusaka, Zambia. I had a whole lot of fun. Like shout out to my girls, my day one Zambian naturals, Tamara, Belia and Lulu, who just, you know, helped me run the thing, you know, helped me answer some questions and helped me just do what we needed to do to just ensure that we have like more of these rolling events happening for Zambian naturals in Lusaka. It was amazing to see so many naturals and like see people that have just been with me, like rocking with me from day one. So that was amazing. And then it was time to get down, like party, because like my nephew was getting married. He has got himself a gorgeous, intelligent, humble, graceful woman. Like, oh my gosh, Monsa, you're absolutely amazing. You're such a cutie pie, and it was just so amazing to be able to meet you, Yedwa. Like, you've always held it down for the family, and we're forever proud of you. So for me to be able to first come to the wedding and to be able to actually be part of it, you guys are amazing. Congratulations on your wedding, and I'm wishing you a fruitful marriage to Yedwa and Monsa. So it was an absolutely amazing wedding. Like, it was amazing. Being an usher at a Zambian wedding. This was my first Zambian wedding in my adult life that I had attended in Zambia. Guys, I didn't know what I was getting into. We had to tell people where to sit. People had an issue with where they were sitting. So as soon as you tell them, this is your table number, this is where you are, then they go and sit down. No, my friend is on that table. No, but we have these have been assigned, okay? These have been assigned. The tables have been assigned. This is where you're supposed to be sitting. No, but my friend is there. So, and then they're so rude. They'll get up and go and sit with their friend. I'm like, but that's not your table, bro. That is not your table. That is not it. So many times, like, the girl that was helping, the family friend that was helping to take the people them to the seats, and she's coming back and she's complaining. She's like, people don't want to sit where they've been told to sit. They're saying that, you know, they don't fancy sitting there. I'm just like, well, she didn't say fancy the fancy bit. That's me adding the fancy bit. But I'm just like, but then I felt like I was in a job. So I was like, no, escalate to management. This isn't my problem. here at this desk, we tell people the table number that they need to sit on, and then you need to escalate to management. So management was Nyangu. Yedwa's older sister. She's the one that was just like, if anybody's got a problem, speak to her. But overall, it was just such a fun wedding. It was just a lot of fun. It was just so nice to be able to just be home, be around family, and there were so many people that I hadn't seen for so long. So a lot of the time, we don't have a lot of family gatherings when I go to where I can get to see all of my extended family and stuff. So it was just really nice to be around that. The final highlight is obviously getting these bomb ass braids done, which are so heavy that I can't even guys, it's an issue. I feel like the moment I take these out, I will be 10 times lighter because they're so heavy. They're so heavy. I am doing a completely separate video on my experience of getting my braids done and my top tips after I feel like a few experiences that I've had. I've gathered up a few tips that I think will definitely be handy to us naturalistas, even if you're not completely natural, even if you have relaxed hair. Just these are the things that you need to know. Well, when you're getting braids done in Africa, and specifically Zambia if you're traveling there, like they're just things that you need to know that you may not be prepared for, you may not have thought about, that you kind of just need to understand, and then that will hopefully make your experience a little bit better. Because for me, like, this was like the second salon I went to before I actually was happy to sit in. And even while I was in the seat, I actually got anxiety. Like I got like a little bit like, should I be doing this? Like I don't want to. She got like up to here, and in my mind I was just like, I can just tell her to stop right now. Chuma, you can just tell her to stop and you can walk away. And it sounds so silly, but these are the things like that I was thinking about, because I was underprepared, and because I was underprepared and because I felt like this was the first time I was going there, and I was going there on my own as well, and I can understand Nyanja but I don't speak it, so automatically they think, oh, Muzungu, and then they'll be talking about you, but I can fully understand what you're saying, boo. I can fully understand. I'm doing a whole separate video about my hair, because like I need to share this with you guys. I think like there'll be handy tips that you guys need to know about doing it. But in any case, like I got my hair done, and this is the first time that I've got my hair done since 2015, and because I haven't really been protective styling a lot and all of that, so I thought, well, this time around, like I have a bit of time, why don't I just get my hair done? And yeah, I got my braids in. They've been in 3 weeks now. They've been in about 3 or 4 weeks they've been in. But yeah, that was it. Like, got my hair done, and then it was time for me to fly off. So got all the necessary snacks and all that kind of stuff. I got requests for strawberry lips. I have never even tasted the strawberry lips in my life, but apparently everybody's just loving the strawberry lips. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, I'll bring you some strawberry lips. I didn't think I was gonna be over. Then my brother decides to pack beans for family, and these are 2 kg bag of beans. So we started off with 6 in total. We had to bring it down because my luggage was way over. My luggage was like, because if you calculate 2 kg times 6 bags, that's already how much. And then I have all my other stuff that I was carrying back with me, so I thought I was going to offload more than I was going to unload, but no, it didn't work out. Plus the mangoes, guys, I was not leaving mangoes behind. I was not leaving any mangoes behind. No mango was being left behind. Even my brother encouraged me, because we were in, you know, on the street, because he lives in Charleston, and then there was a truck heap full of mangoes. He was like, do you want to take some mangoes? I'm like, I ain't gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not going to say no. Do you understand the love of mangoes that I have, for you to know that there was no mango that was going to be left behind? So he even packed Sunquick. He packed the beans, obviously. I had the mangoes. We started dropping loads. I said, okay, maybe I don't need to carry all 6 bags of beans. Maybe I'll just carry 4. Maybe, you know. And then my sister-in-law also came with her grounded groundnuts. So I was like, okay, drop the beans, that's gonna be too much. Drop the Sunquick. I'm sure we can get Sunquick here. I'm sure, right? Sunquick can be found here. Because all of this was mounting up, guys. There was a lot in my bag. And then the joke of it was there was still space in my bag. Do you know how annoying it is when you have all the space in the world in your bag, but you don't have the weight? That is annoying. So frustratingly annoying. That is. It was so annoying. So anyway, after we sorted out the bag, honestly, again, I was blessed. So going back, I was flying with Kenyan Airways. So this again was the first time flying with Kenyan. So any of these airlines I hadn't flown with before. I was impressed with Air France coming, and the SA flight wasn't too bad as well, to be fair. That was okay. And then going Kenyan Airways, I was apprehensive because again, I've heard rumors and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Like, the flight was like a 2 a.m. flight. So it was a nice flight that gets you in the next day at a decent time in London. So that worked out okay. I was impressed with the airport in Nairobi. I was expecting it to be about the same equivalent as Addis Ababa, but if anybody's been to Addis Ababa, it's still under construction. So until it's not under construction anymore, I feel like the level, like obviously like Johannesburg is going to be like any other airport. It's going to be quite advanced. And obviously like coming into Lusaka, we've got a new airport that's going to be opening soon. So I feel like when I landed in Nairobi, it was quite advanced. So for an African airport that I have seen. So I was like, oh, okay, it's just regular airport, but a lot of people have just kind of been like, oh, flying KQ is just like, your luggage, So again, I was apprehensive, but it was actually alright. Like the airport, I had like a 3-hour layover, which went by really, really quickly. There's not much to do. Like you can go like duty free. It's not a lot there and stuff. But there was like a nice coffee shop. They did really, really nice coffee. So I had a latte and I just settled in. Like I'd already downloaded a Netflix film. So I think that took up most of my time there. So I was just busy watching that. And like that was it. Like flying KQ wasn't too bad. The food wasn't that bad. I just couldn't sleep properly. That's the only thing, is I couldn't sleep that well. So that's the only thing I struggled with. But like soon as I landed in Heathrow, the cold hit me, no surprise. The cold hit me good and well, but at least it wasn't too bad. Got an Uber back to the Misters, and that was that. Like settled in, had a shower because I so badly needed a shower. Cozied in, had some eat some more because I was already feeling homesick. I got some cuddles from the Mister, and I was back at work the next day. And that was literally like my 12 days that just flew past. Like absolutely flew past. So until the next trip, I'm so looking forward to planning more events for next year. I'm planning on doing more things next year. I feel like I didn't really get to experience December, because apparently December is a thing. So I didn't really get to experience that. So next year we're just definitely planning something a bit bigger, a bit longer for me to be able to be there and all of that good stuff. But in a sense, that was the highlights of my Zambia trip for December. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Also comment below. Let me know if you've flown with any of these airlines. Let me know who you usually fly with. Also, Turkish will be flying next year, so again, it will be nice to see some more affordable prices for flights going into Lusaka, Zambia, which we'll obviously be grateful for and excited about. I've flown Turkish Airlines a few times, so at least like I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. But yeah, aside from that, if this is the first time that you're checking me out or you're returning and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that red button to subscribe so that you never miss a beat. Also, turn on the auto notification bell. That way you know every single time I post a video. Alright guys, and until next time, bye!